capital formation comes, right? And who is the minister, right? Very good response. In fact, there are certain children who are regularly sending me the answers, but I would like all of you to participate. I would like more children to come forward and participate. Now, the answer is that human capital formation comes under the HRD ministry, right? And the minister is Ramesh Pokhriyal. Okay. Now, Chavi Jain, Lakshit Malik, Palak Bansal, Khushi Kali, Aishwarya Birla, Shakti Arora, Priyanshi Goyal, Anushka Agarwal, Niharika Bindal, Hardik Jain, Tishan Arak, Soham Jain, Harshit Jain, Rashid Taneja, Hardik Jain were the amongst the few who gave me the right answer and within that time limit. So thank you, children, and please go ahead with all these questions, answer these questions. Now, just to move on, physical capital and human capital, I covered this, but this being the basis of this chapter, right? I am just taking it up again, right? Now, physical capital, as I said, is one thing which is tangible. As you know, that tangible means that which can be touched, which can be let's say seen. That is what we mean by tangible, right? And this can be easily sold in market like any other commodity that is being sold in the market. Physical capital can also be sold in the market like machinery. I have given the examples below yesterday, although I discussed all, but still being the basis of this chapter, again I'm taking it up. Okay, just a fast reference to it. So machines, tools, factories, these are the certain examples, right? Machines you can sell in the market, you can move machines from some of the machines from one place to another. As against it, if we talk about human capital is intangible. Intangible basically means that it cannot be touched, right? It's basically the abilities, the skills a person possesses, and we cannot see, we cannot touch the abilities of or the skills of a person. At the most, we can just feel them. Okay, and so therefore they cannot be sold in the market separately, they cannot be sold in the market. Second is physical capital depreciates with the passage of time. This means that there is depreciation that takes place in machines, tools, because of their regular use, right? But if we and this depreciation can be covered up by maintaining a depreciation account, and whatever money goes into this depreciation account goes from the profits of the firm or the entrepreneur. Okay, so this is just an additional information, right? Then we have depreciation in human capital can be reduced by continuous investments in education and health. That is, even the human capital gets depreciated, okay, with time, with age, right? It's our memory, let's say, becomes weak, right? Our efficiency to work gets reduced. So, this is what we mean by depreciation in human capital, okay? But all these things can be covered if we make investments in education and health. If you keep on updating yourself, right, related to your field, right, and then you can take good care of your health by daily doing some exercise, meditations, then eating nutritious food. In that case, you can reduce this depreciation in human capital. Third is that physical capital, it is more mobile between the countries. More mobile between the countries basically means that the physical capital can be shifted from one country to another, except if we don't have any trade restrictions. Okay, but in case of human capital, the mobility is comparatively less, right? There is restriction, there are restrictions, like at times there are some trade policies, foreign let's say foreign trade policies, and then there are certain restrictions like we don't get visa at times. So there are restrictions, but comparatively mobility is less, right? It's easy to shift physical capital from country to another, but it is, in comparison to it, it is difficult to shift human capital. Then physical capital can be separated from its owner. Very important, right? Now physical capital can be separated from its owner basically means that if you want to use some machinery, or you want to use some machine or your laptop, if you are like yesterday I took the example, your laptop is not working and you have to attend the class, so what you can do is borrow a laptop from your friend, neighbor, or some relative, whichever source is easily available. Now when you borrow this laptop, there is no need for the owner to be with you all the time, right? So this means that physical capital can be separated from its owner. When you are using this laptop, there is no need for the owner to be with you, whereas in case of human capital, we cannot separate the human capital from its owner, right? Like, I'm teaching. So, if you want the services of a teacher, any teacher, the teacher needs to be present at that place. You cannot just simply say, I'm taking away your services, you stay at home or you stay at a particular place. No, the teacher needs to be there where the services have to be delivered. Okay. And next we have is the outcome of physical capital is the outcome of conscious decision of owner and is mainly an economic and technical process. Means benefits of physical capital accrue to the owner only, right? If, let's say, you have a building, right? You have land and you rent it out. So whatever rent you will get, that benefit, profit, whatever you call it, will be received by the owner. Okay, so that is what we mean by outcome of conscious. Purposely we make such decisions where to invest money, where not to invest money, and all those things. Okay, but as against this, if we talk about the human capital, benefits not only accrue to the owner, but they accrue to the society as well. Okay, if let's say some scheme is being started by the government, right? If some new medicine is being taken out, like for COVID, right? So it is going to benefit individual as well as the whole society. Okay, so this is the meaning of human capital, or the point I am explaining. Next, I have with me is, now what are the sources of human capital formation? How can we increase human capital formation, right? Like people, in order to increase human capital formation, what all do they do? Where all do they incur expenditure? Now, the first is expenditure on education, expenditure, second is expenditure on health, then we have on the job training, expenditure on migration, and the last is expenditure on information. So I'll be taking each one of them in detail. So please note down the points wherever you need to. Now, first of all, I'm taking expenditure on education. Now, before I move further, I would like to put a question to you. You people are you people are attending school, not nowadays, due to there are some problems nowadays, genuine ones, but otherwise, okay. Now when you people come to school, what is the main purpose of acquiring knowledge? Why do you people want to take education? Yes, please. Okay, fine. Now you people, very simple question, although, you people want to take education because you want to earn higher incomes in future, right? That is the main purpose, basic purpose, I think, with everyone. Okay, so besides that, we know that the labor skill of an educated person are more than the labor skills of an uneducated person or the less educated person. means the knowledge, ability to do a particular work we find more in case of skilled workers than in case of less educated persons. And when we say that the labor skills of educated persons are more, so these educated persons are in a position to generate higher income. Okay, so because when you are a professional, you are in a better position and thus you earn better income. Like if you take some person or the rag pickers we have, or if any clerk is working in one of the office and you compare it with the manager of in the same office, right? There is a vast difference in their incomes. A manager is in a position to earn higher income as compared to a clerk, because clerk is less educated and the manager is more educated, right? So that is why there is a difference in their incomes, right? So labor skills of educated person is more than that of an uneducated person. So because of this, the educated persons are in a position to earn higher incomes, right? And so they are able to contribute more towards the economic growth. Now, individuals also invest in education basically to increase their future income, and then they will raise their standard of living. Now, the most important thing is, what is the benefit of acquiring education, or how does it contributes to economic growth? Okay. Now, education contributes to economic growth. First, it gives higher earning capacity on people. It confers, it gives higher earning capacity. People, by taking education, can earn higher incomes. Like I have taken the example of a manager and a clerk, right? So that is the first reason. Second is that it gives better social understanding and pride. Now, what does this mean? That means by acquiring education, we come to know, we understand the society in a better way, right? Like if I stand among a group of five people in the society who are educated, right? Or normally, if I talk to my friends and there is some discussion going on, so if I am well educated, I'll be able to participate in in that discussion, and I'll come to know actually what is my level of knowledge. Third is that it enables one to make better choices. It enables us to make better choices means, see, now after you are done with your 12th class, right? So you'll be opting for various colleges, various courses. So now, where if you are educated, you'll be able to make good choices, means you will come to know which courses of your choice, what are your interests, and based on those interests you will be able to select a course of your choice, a college of your choice. And similarly, when you take up jobs, you'll be able to decide in which job you should go, where you'll be able to perform better, what all abilities, skills you have. So based on those skills and abilities you possess, you'll be easily able to select a job of your choice which will suit your requirements. So all this understanding comes from education. Next we have is, education helps to understand changes taking place in society. Now, this is very important. Reason being because we come across whenever government passes a bill or takes out some, let's say, policy, people are there who are agitating without even knowing what is the logic behind. People are agitating, right? Like in the past, we had few instances, Shaheen Bagh and all those incidences. Before that, even when GST was implemented, right? So, in some of the states, people were not at all in favor of it, right, without understanding its benefits, long term benefits. Similarly was with demonetization. So means if you are educated, then you will be uh, able to understand that whatever changes are taking place in the society, whatever policies are being taken up in this economy, what are its benefits and what are the drawbacks, and then you will react, or then you will form your opinion, and that will be a wise opinion in that case. Then it stimulates innovations. If you are educated, you are able to take out new ways of doing things, right? You will acquire new trainings, you will take new trainings, you will then work hard, you go into research, and then you can innovate various things. Last is that it facilitates adaptation of new technologies. Adaptation of new technology basically means that if you are educated, you very easily adapt to the new technology, like computers. If you are educated very well, very fast, you will understand how to run a computer, how to run a specific program, right? How to run a specific application. So, this all is done through education. Now, I'm just repeating, education confers higher earning capacity on people, means it's a source through which we can earn higher incomes. Secondly, gives better social standing and pride. So we can understand, if we are standing among certain people, we are able to communicate with them, right? We just don't feel left out from that conversation. Okay. Then it enables one to make better choices. Yes, in life, what we have to make so many choices, decisions in life, right? So to take those decisions, education is one through which we can make those choices. Then it helps us to understand changes taking place in the society, stimulates innovations, means brings innovation, and facilitates adoption of new technology. Now, when we are acquiring education, we are taking education, we incur expenditure. So, the monetary benefits of education, right? That means what we get. Benefits means the incomes we are getting after taking up some job. When you are educated, you take some job, you get some monetary benefits, and that monetary benefit is known as the earnings or the incomes, right? So, those incomes during the lifetime far exceeds the cost of education. Means if you take education for some few years, you spent money on gaining education, the cost you incur. But then let's say for 23 years, right, till the age of 23 you acquire knowledge, after that you get a job, then that means throughout the life you are earning income. So that means you have just incurred cost for few years, but income, you have incurred the cost for a few years, but income you will be getting will be for many years. So the cost we are incurring is far less than the benefits, the incomes we are earning. And that is why we have seen people at times take loans, education loans, they take, so that they can educate their children or they can educate themselves, right? Because they know that the returns will be substantially large, right? So that is the main purpose. Now, next, second component, that is the second source of human capital formation, is expenditure on health. Now, expenditure is a very important input for the development of any nation, right? Like, if I just ask you, if I relate it to you, in fact, uh, there are some children, right, who are not coming to school regularly because they have some medical issues, right? So, similarly, the same happens in the economy. If we talk about the workers, there are some workers, right, who can work better. You tell me now, who can work better? A healthy person or a sick person? Yes, answer is quite obvious. A healthy person will be able to work more efficiently, right? Now, there is a direct relation between the supply of health healthy workers or healthy labor force with that of human capital formation. Now, always a healthy person is always preferred at the place of work. Why? Because that person will be working more efficiently, right? If you are not in good health, quite often you will be refraining yourself from the work. You will be abstaining from work, right? You will not attend your office regularly, and in that case, no employer would like to offer you the job. So, human expenditure on health is directly related to the supply of healthy labor force. If you incur higher amount of expenditure on maintaining your health in the economy, we will find that there is the supply of healthy labor force. When a person has poor health or is undernourished, this will adversely affect the quality of manpower. Okay, so such weak persons, let's say health wise, the weak persons will not be preferred in any type of occupation. Now, it is important to build and maintain productive labor and to improve the quality of life of people in the society. Because if you want healthy labor force, it is important to maintain productive labor. Productive labor means which is contributing in the production of goods and services, which is contributing towards the economic growth. Okay, so that is, it is important to build and maintain productive labor, and so in this order we'll be able to improve the quality of life of the people. Okay, now if I talk about the sick labor, as I said, will always be keeping him away from the work, right, if he is not getting proper medical facilities. And this further will lower his productivity, his efficiency to work, right? So, the basic thing is that if the economy wants that the productivity of the sick person should increase, right, then we need, or the person needs to incur expenditure on his health, right? On his health basically means that we can say that there are so many forms in which this expenditure can be incurred. Like we have preventive medicine, curative medicine, social medicine. I'll be talking about them in the next slide. But here I'm just giving you the reference that how can the expenditure be incurred on health. Okay, so this was one. Next, I have, as I was talking about, the forms of health expenditure. Now, what are the forms in which people incur expenditure on their health? First, we have is the preventive medicine. Now, preventive medicine is the one where we say before we encounter any disease or any health problem, before that we prevent that, before that we cure ourselves. Like generally we say it is the vaccination, right? We take the vaccination before the disease comes to us. Like if you will talk to your parents, all of you have, you must be having your immunization card. Now in that immunization card there are some vaccines, right, which you people have already been registered with, like BCG, right, then measles, tetanus, there are quite a few more, right? Like for chickenpox, varicella is there. So there are quite a few this thing vaccinations which you people have already registered to yourself. This means that if you have taken these vaccination, this means that in future the chances of getting those diseases gets reduced, right? That doesn't mean that in your lifetime you will never ever uh, have those diseases. No, there are chances, but the chances are very less in that case, because already beforehand you have registered yourself with that vaccination. So chances to fall sick regarding those diseases gets reduced. That is the preventive medicine. Second we have is the curative medicine. Now the curative medicine means that when you actually fall sick, right? When you actually fall sick, and then to cure yourself, you take medicines, you visit a doctor sometimes, and then the doctor prescribes some medicines, right? And after taking those medicines you cure yourself. So curative medicines basically is the one we incur expenditure on curative medicine when we have actually got that disease, we actually have that, we are suffering from a particular disease, illness, right? So to just recover from that illness, we take medicines. That is the curative medicine. Next we have is the social medicine, right? Now, social medicine basically means that educating the society related to the benefits of good health, how people can keep themselves in good health, how people can stay healthy, right? So if we educate people, we spread the information, this information to the people, then we say it is social medicine. Like for social medicine, generally government displays ads, right? Like nowadays, since we all are fast passing through the phase of COVID-19, so again and again, on and off, government is spreading the message how to stay away from this particular disease, right? You cover your mouth, then just take care that if some infected person touches you, just take precautions and then wash your hands. So such type of don't go out, right? That is the purpose, we all are at home, right? Then, so this is what the government message government is spreading, right? So this is the social medicine, that is educating people about the health literacy. Then we have provision of clean drinking water. That means clean drinking water is also a very essential part to keep yourself, in order to keep yourself fit, because mostly people fall ill because of the let's say ki unclean water they are drinking. Okay, so that means if you want to stay healthy, you need to drink clean water, right? And for that, we all generally, I think all of the households have that water purifying machines at home. So just to drink that clean water, pure water, we have incurred expenditure on those machines. So this is again we say a form of health expenditure. Next is that along with all these four things, we need to maintain sanitation, right? We need to maintain sanitation, that is proper surroundings where we are living in. The surroundings we are living in should be neat and clean. We should take care that we don't litter here and there, right? Mosquitoes don't breed in any one of the places, right? Which will further which might further lead to diseases. So the forms of health expenditure, first is preventive medicine. That is, not, we don't want to, if you don't want to face any disease, beforehand we take some vaccinations. Second is curative medicine. Curative medicine means that after we have fallen ill, then we visit the doctor and then we take the medicines. Third is social medicine. Now, the social medicine basically means that spreading information related to health literacy, educating people about how to stay healthy. And fourth is that provision of clean drinking water. And last is the good sanitation facilities. Okay. Now, next we have the third component of human capital formation is on the job training. Now, on the job training basically means that, just giving you a hint here, on the job training basically means that workers, when they are working in some organization, to enhance their skills, to enhance their abilities, right? So, workers, while working in an organization, they are given some trainings, right? So that they become more skilled, they become more efficient. That is the purpose. And for that, companies incur expenditure on the trainings they provide to their workers, right? So, on the job training is again a part of human capital formation, expenditure incurred on the job training. Now, as we know, the physical capital, right? Physical capital, as I talked about, is machinery, tools, right? If you want to make best use of these machines, then there is a need to have a good human capital. Okay, so productivity of physical capital can be enhanced through improvement in human capital. This means that if you want to take out best from the machines, if you want to take out the best output from machines, you need to train your human capital. Human capital needs to be trained, right? They should have all those skills, they should have that ability to, and they should have the knowledge to know how best they can use this particular machine. See, if you have a very, let's say, a very latest model of a cell phone, right? High end cell phone you people possess. Now, to take out best from this cell phone, you need to know the technology, you need to know the various ways, right? This particular app can be used for this purpose, this cell phone has this feature, how can I best use this feature? So this is what we mean. If the productivity of physical capital is your cell phone, and when you are using it, it will be called as human capital. Okay, so, physical capital, if you want to increase or you want to take out the best from the assets, the physical capital, then human capital needs to be trained. Now, this can be provided fast and without much cost. So, this training can be provided quickly. These trainings are easily available, and not much of the cost is involved. Even at nominal prices, you can take the trainings. So, hence, in order to let's say empower their employees with all these skills, the companies provide training in two types. There are two types in which on the job trainings can be provided. First is in campus training, and second are off campus training. Okay. Now, in campus training basically means that when the workers are trained within the same vicinity where they are working, means in whichever company they are working, some senior person, some skilled person from the same company trains them. Okay, so like I would like to give you one example. Like since before the lockdown, we people were not that computer savvy. Okay, because actually we were not into the habit of using these computers, and there was no need for us as such to use the computers in this much to this much extent. So we were trained by the computer IT team of our school, right? The computer teachers in the school, right? And along with that, some outsiders also trained us. Okay, so this is how, even now, also, we get training from our seniors, from the skilled persons. So this is how we are updating ourselves in our field, right? So that we are able to stay in that particular profession. So we are thankful to all those who have trained us, right? Okay, gratitude should come in. Okay, always have the feeling of gratitude, children. Okay, so now moving on to the topic. Then, so in campus training basically means that within the same company, there is one or there are some skilled persons, and those skilled persons train those persons under them who don't have that knowledge. So this is in campus training. Second is that off campus training. Off campus training means you are being sent out to some other institution to acquire knowledge, right? To take training. Out of your own office, you're going to some other office or to some other institution, and there, if you are given the training, that is called as off campus training. Okay, so the companies provide training in two forms. One is in campus training, and another is off campus training. Now, once the workers take this training, right, every firm would expect them to work with them for a specified period of or specific period of time. Why? Can you just think? Right, just take your mind in that direction. If the workers acquire training, right, like if I am being given the training, the school expects me to work here for some specific period of time. Why? Because the reason is that, because when they are let's say, I'm saying, when okay, when they are giving me training, they have incurred expenditure on me, right? So they have incurred that expenditure. To recover that cost, they would like to take the benefits, right? And benefits can be taken only if I'll, after taking the training, I become skilled, and then I work in the same company. Because now I am skilled, I'll be able to work more efficiently. And if I'll work efficiently, productivity will increase and the company will be benefited. So they'll be able to recover the cost of training which they have incurred on me, right? So that is the main purpose why the firms prefer that their employees should work with them for a specific period of time after they have taken the training. Okay, so now after we have covered this, right? Next is that, children, as I was trying, right? I just want to play a video, right? Now that was related to your difference between human capital and physical capital. Okay, so just bear with me for a minute. Okay. I'm playing the video. I don't know why I'm not able to go on the. Hello? Hello? See, as there was some problem, I'll just play it again, children. Let me see if I can. I'll do it with the video. Okay. Just a minute. Give me a second. I think I have lost the track of that video. Okay. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. So I hope the things are clear, children. And if you have any doubts pertaining to the chapter or the one we are doing, right? The one which is coming, right? Please get back to me. Okay. I'm just sharing the screen. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now,
For a person of any age, it's essential to increase his or her own knowledge, abilities, and skills with continuous training, studying, and joining in specialized courses. Businesses are willing to offer higher pay to such individuals in the belief that they will increase production levels. The companies themselves must take responsibility in the continued training of its human capital. The famous British economist Adam Smith was the first to introduce the concept of human capital in the late 1700s, but it took many years to think of it as a means to increase production and develop a business. Today, the growth of human capital is the foundation of social and economic growth of all countries, and it is everyone's responsibility. Phenomena such as brain drain, not giving value to merit and talents, insufficient spending on schools and culture are depleting human capital. Commitment to develop human capital is, first and foremost, an individual responsibility, and each of us can, at any time, take simple actions to improve it.
So, children, that's all for the day. Thank you. Stay blessed, stay happy.